everyone, and welcome to the WT Coaches Show. I'm your host, Zach Barnes, and of course, our first guest this week is head football coach Mike Nesbitt. Coach, how are you?
Doing really good, Zach. Doing really good.
Well, Coach, you guys had the bye week last week, and probably very thankful for that. What are some improvements that you guys got to look at when it comes, with some of the house premier players just getting some rest and preparing for Midwestern?
Well, the big thing for us was, it kind of let us breathe a little bit, let us come back and do some fundamental stuff. We actually went back to really for the 3 days, and we went back to kind of almost a spring practice schedule. Got a scrimmage in on one night, and so we had a scrimmage on Wednesday night with some of our guys and got them some work, and went back and did some fundamental stuff, and redid some special teams things, and did some install on offense and install on defense, and that was kind of our prep, was get to open week, and then kind of put some new stuff out there for the next 4 weeks, and kind of tweak some things and hopefully get some improvement. And then the other thing was just get some guys mentally fresh and physically healthy, and I think we did that. So it should be really good to see some guys get back out on the field this week.
And then on Saturday, head to Wichita Falls to take on Midwestern State. And their last game, they took on the Angelo State Rams, and they put up 4 turnovers on defense. They had a big third quarter and put up about just over 200 yards rushing. What are some stuff that y'all are looking to try and slow them down?
The thing with those guys right now is they're, it's not just this last week against Angelo. They're getting beat, at the festival by Eastern, and they're probably feeling like they're almost dead in the water, and they throw a halfback pass or a little bubble pass, whatever it is, and they throw it down there and get a quick score, and then get a turnover, and they're blocking kicks, and the last 2 or 3 weeks they're just super opportunistic right now. And any loose ball that's on the ground, they're picking up and they're returning it and scoring, and they're playing real well in special teams right now. And they're blocking a couple punts a week, and it's a tough group. And they're well coached right now. Defensively, they're playing really well. Rich Renner's doing a great job with those guys and got them really lined up. And the thing with them defensively too is the fact that they've been around Rich a long time, and so Coach Renner's done a good job with those guys of getting them in the spots. They're speaking the same language, and so there's a lot of positives there on that side of the ball. And then offensively, right now, they're just they're kind of finding themselves at quarterback. Who's going to play, who's the starter, and then the running back situation is really good, and they're doing some good things there also.
Well, and then Coach, you've already been on the road once this season. The game in Arlington against Tarleton. And this is going to be the first, in a way, true road game where you're going into a pure home stadium with a pure, home advantage. How much are the guys looking forward to having a little bit of a change of pace?
Well, I think, it's our group has always done a good job, knock on wood, I don't want to jinx us, but we've always done a good job of traveling. Our guys like to travel. They like getting on the road. The hotel and the bus and all that experience, they're kind of used to it now. And, we've traveled a lot over the last 2 or 3 seasons, so it's something that I think sometimes the guys actually look forward to, get to play in a new venue, get to be on the road, see some things like that. And then for some of our guys, it's actually a good opportunity for their families to come watch them play, because we're close enough to Dallas and Central Texas where they can get up. And, what it sounds like, too, is we're going to have a good alumni base. They got the cookers and everything traveling down, and so it should be a lot of fun.
Well, Coach, I'd like to wish you luck this weekend, and thanks for joining us.
Hey, thanks a lot. Appreciate it. See you guys this weekend.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to the WT Coaches Show. Up next for us is men's soccer coach Butch Lauffer. Coach, how you doing?
Good, sir. Good to see you again.
Well, Coach, last night you guys had a good win against Texas A&M International, 2-0. And Conrad Goldburn with both of those goals. How's having him back? Because I know early on in the season, he didn't get to play much because of an injury, but
right.
How good has it been to have him back?
Well, he is, as you know, he was out all last year with a sports hernia, and he's slowly working his way back to the old Conrad that we remember. And the first half, there was definitely flashes of what he's capable of doing, and of him running the game and bossing the game and running by players, and on top of that, I think he got a nice reward with the 2 goals, and one on the set piece on the corner, and then the penalty. So it was great to see him play like that the first half, and gives up our whole team a boost.
And so far, about roughly midway through the season, what have been some big changes that you've seen?
In him or just in the team?
Team.
The team. Well, I think the team it's growing every day. I think the biggest thing right now is from a coaching staff perspective is we feel we have maybe some of the pieces in the right spot with such a young team, and it takes a little bit of time to figure out where some of the pieces go. And one minute it looks good, the next minute it doesn't look good, and so you have to have some patience in there. But I think we looked very dangerous at times going forward last night, and some of the chances we created were really positive, and it could have been more than two. I wish it was. I think Jake Withram was very good at times last night, and he's a kid that is now getting back into the form and fitness, and could have had 2 or 3 goals last night himself, but I just think that, and the fact that now we've had, I think, 3 clean sheets in a row and not giving up a goal, and the back four, Coach Crowder's done a great job of pounding on those kids and making that more of a cohesive unit, and so it shows, and I think so. We were pretty good last night. On the negative side, there was a couple times during the course of the game where we were kind of succeeded possession and let them have the ball too long and too long a periods of time, and so we got to work on being a little more stingier in that regard.
And then, Coach, Monday night,
Yep.
October 12th at 7, you guys take on Oklahoma Baptist.
Yep.
What are some things that y'all are looking to get the win there?
Well, we're going to try to improve upon. We're going to, first of all, the kids have a day off today, and they've been working really hard, and then we're going to try to continue to improve upon the things we're doing well, and really work on the things we're not doing well, and just continue to get first thing is get a result, and then second is make sure we're not conceding any goals and those things, and get ready to go to when we finish there, get ready to go to St. Edwards down there.
Thank you very much
You're
for
welcome.
joining us this week, and good luck on Monday night.
Thank you very much for having me. Appreciate it.
And again, folks, you can get live stats and live stream of that game Monday night on GoBusGo.com. Good, thanks.
You're welcome.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the WT Coaches Show. Up next for us is women's soccer head coach Chad Webb. Coach, how you doing?
I'm all right, man. How you doing?
I'm doing well.
Good.
Coach, coming up here pretty soon, you got 2 different conference matches. One is Friday night against Texas Women, and Sunday against Texas A&M Commerce. Kind of fill us in with what y'all are doing for Texas Women's first.
Well, Texas Women's is a really good team. They have a girl that plays up front for them, or maybe attacking midfield, named Natalie, I believe is how you pronounce it. She's a South American kid, so I hope I'm not mispronouncing her name. So we're going to have to come up with some ideas on how we're going to deal with her, because we're thinking about moving Karen a little bit further up the field instead of keeping her in defensive midfield, and maybe she could help us get some goals. I tell you, no disrespect to Texas Women's, but we're really concentrating more just on ourselves than we are on any particular opponent, because we still can't break this habit of just hurting ourselves. So that's what we're trying to concentrate on right now.
And then kind of the same thing for what y'all are also looking at with Commerce.
Well, Texas A&M Commerce, you do have to prepare for them just a little bit, because they play so direct, and if you're not ready for that, you'll get in a kicking match, and there won't be any midfield play, and so the strength of our team sometimes is in midfield. So if we let ourselves fall into that trap, then we'll be in trouble against them. We have to try to stick to our passing game and play through midfield. So we have to do a little bit of that, but at the same time, it's more important to see if we can address our own issues that we keep doing to ourselves than any particular opponent.
Well, and you kind of mentioned it a little bit whenever you came in here. You got an interesting good kind of goalie situation going on. Dipple was injured against Midwestern State. Just kind of a freak bang play. What are y'all guys trying to do to compensate for that?
Well, it turns out that the injury is not as severe as it could have been, so that's a really good thing. There's no damage to the spine, so now she just has a sore neck, and we're doing some version of a concussion protocol. I'm going to be honest with you, I don't understand that protocol, because Seth is such a good trainer. He just tells me when a kid can play and when they can't play. So right now she can't. We're McKinsey trained yesterday, so that's the plan for Friday. Is Mac will go in goal, and then on Sunday, I don't know. I guess it depends on if Courtney's cleared or not.
Coach, I'd like to wish you luck this week, and thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thanks a lot, man.
And you can catch those matches on Friday and Sunday, and you can get live stats and live streaming on GoBusco.com.